Hi guys, and welcome to my guide to getting the max cap of void stones each week. There won't be too much information in this guide as there are only a few ways to get those void stones. So I'll start with the weekly quests. They can all be found in Margle Palace, which is the main place within Jormheim. There are a few different types of weeklies that you can get. We have two PvP ones, an instant adventure weekly, a zone event weekly, and finally a nightmare rift weekly. There is also a daily quest for raid rifts, so what I'll do is I'll show you where to get all of these quests and what you need to do for them, and then once I've gone over all of these weeklies and the daily, I'll then explain an extra way of getting tons of void stones. Okay, so we'll start with the PvP ones. I'll just show you on the map of where you need to be. And now the quest giver is here. So as you can see, the first one is to kill 1,000 enemies in PvP. That's quite easy. And then the other one is to win games on different maps. So you need 3 wins in the Black Garden, 3 in the Codex, and 1 win in the Battle for Port Sion. So you're going to have to farm quite a few PvP games until you've got both of these, but it shouldn't take too long. I do suggest what you try and do is do all of your random PvP games until you use up all of your random charges, and then once you have that, you should just then only queue for the games that you need left. So once you've used all your charges, if you've already won 3 games in the Black Garden and you still need 1 for, let's say, the Codex and Battle for Port Sion, just individually queue for those games so that you can only do the maps that you need to do. We then have the Instant Adventure Weekly. This is very easy as we just need to complete 30 instant adventures. Take note that these instant adventures can be done in any zone, so I suggest you go to Stillmore or Silverwood to get these done as fast as possible. And now we have the Zone Event Weekly. As you can see on the map, it's in this area. They're all sort of in this area here. They're all quite close to each other, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. You just need to take part in 4 zone events to get the Emulsive Tide Cores, and that's all you need to do for that one. So very easy weekly. Now we have the Nightmare Rift Weekly. Now this can only be started once you have completed the entire Nightmare Quest storyline, so ensure that you've done all of those so that you can start this quest, because this is quite an easy one to do and it's very good for those void stones. Basically all you need to do is kill 20 bosses in any Nightmare Rift, so you just need to find a few rifts around the map if you can't open your own, and just take part until you've killed those bosses. And finally we have the Raid Rift Daily, which is much harder than all of the weeklies put together. Ideally you'll need to do this with a guild, or you need to get together a full raid with everyone having 1000 hit, and you need everyone to be fully concentrating. I won't go into detail as to how to kill the raid rifts, as that is not what this video is about. So if you have a guild that does raid rifts, then make sure you take this quest, but if not, I'd suggest you don't bother. Okay, so that's all of the quests that you can do for void stones, and now I'll just go over a couple of other ways to get those void stones. If you haven't already, I highly suggest that you go around the plane of water and complete all of the Carnage quests. Not only will this give you a ton of void stones, it will also help you get a lot of notoriety with the factions. So even though this may feel like a grind, it's definitely worth doing in the end. Now, to ensure that you get all 35,000 void stones each week, you will have to take part in some Nightmare Rifts. The higher tier of Nightmare Rift, the better. So go around the map, especially Tarkin Glacier, in the plane of water, and search for some high tier Nightmare Rifts and complete them. I believe you get void stones whenever you kill a boss, and also every 10 stages within the rift you get a Nightmare Cache, which can be opened and is guaranteed to have some void stones in it. The higher level the Nightmare Cache, the better, or the more amount of void stones you'll get. And finally, you can do quite a lot of void stones, or get quite a lot of void stones, by taking part in zone events in the plane of water, which is also very nice to do as you can get the marks of notoriety for your reputation grind. And that's it for today's guide. Please let me know if this has helped you, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more guides and tutorials. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see some of you in future videos or in my stream.